guys, it's Crystal Zorich here from Clearwater Shuffleboard Club, and we got another edition of Mike the Shufflers coming to you. We're gonna play an 8-frame game and just talk through our shots. Enjoy the game. It's an 8-frame game. I'm on yellow. My first thought is, let me set a block. I'm gonna set a block, either a St. Pete or a Tampa. I'm going for a St. Pete. It went a little wide.
And since it's the first frame of the game and I have the hammer, I'm just gonna clear everything she puts up and plan to score my hammer.
I'm gonna try again, but now I'm gonna try for a Tampa. He cleared that pretty good. The drift seems in my favor. I shot it wrong, and now it's looking like it might be something for him.
She basically just gave me a Tampa hide that I am gonna take.
When it's on the point like that, it's the first who gets to use it. That's our general rule for that kind of a shot.
Oh, on the line.
Mark did not make it, so I am now going to take my shot, and I know the drift goes a little further left than I want it, so I'm gonna take it from about here and aim out and hope it carries in behind my block deep enough for him to not get to, and it did. It is good.
And based on the drift, I think I can get to that. And I cleared the block, which is fine.
He cleared the block, which is fine.
You got to get one of them.
It's not my hammer, so what I'm thinking here is his disc is not a double until he makes it a double. I have points on the board. Mark has the hammer. If I block my disc, he's probably going to try to shoot for his double. Things can happen where he doesn't get it or he gets two. Either way, he's only going to max come out with one hammer in this frame, and I will match his 7 if he makes it. So I am going to block my shot.
And if she doesn't cover that
and
properly, I'm going to attack it.
very well, so he will now attack it.
I'm going to attack that. I'm not going to go for my double because I feel like I can get to her points.
He did not ask his partner how much room was in front of the disc.
Oh, and I missed it and gave her 2.
And he gave me 2. 15 in my favor.
Okay, yellow is ahead 15-0. Don goes first. Yellow is going first again. I have the hammer, so I have to decide what my goal is for this round, and Don has to decide what the goal is for his round.
All right, I don't have the hammer, so I'm going to put up, my first shot is going to be a St. Pete block.
Now we're already two discs down, but we've got 8-frame game. So a lot of times when you're 2 discs down, you're going to go on the board right away. But I'm just going to try and clear this disc and let Don make the decision as what he wants to do.
I'm going to put another St. Pete block up.
Another good block. I'm going to try and knock that one away. And the reason I want to do that is I want to score my hammer, and I want to as clear of the board as I can get.
I'm going to try another St. Pete block.
Now, a lot of times I would let that stay, but he's got the drift, so he can get behind it pretty easily, even though it's deep. So I'm going to try and clear it.
I'm going to attempt to try to throw a high 8 here, something that my opponent couldn't score on if I throw a high 8. Well, that's a little lower than I thought we would score. I'm only 3 foot
Okay,
off.
so now I have a pretty clear board, so I'm just going to try and score on my side of the board. The yellow is drifting that way, so I want to stay away from the puck going into the line.
All right, so the score's 15-7. I'm out first. Yellow has 2 hammers, which in theory, after these 2 frames, they'll be 31-7. So I've got to do something to change that score. I'm going to start with a St. Pete block, hoping that she will stick when she clears it, and I came up short. So that disc gets pulled.
I'm going to set a St. Pete because I have the disadvantage with 4-3.
And I'm going to ignore her St. Pete and go on the board. I'm going to try to put a deep 7 in front of her. If I get on the board, she's not going to ignore it.
I'm going to get rid of his disc and hopefully clear mine too. That's my goal, to not give him anything to kitchen.
I'm going to try again, a little deeper this time if I can. Deep 7. My goal is to bait her into sticking when she clears me so that I can put her in the kitchen.
He did not score. I'm going to go for a score. And sometimes it could be the wrong shot depending on who you're talking to, but I have a height up. He didn't score, and it's not a double till he makes it a double. I'm going for a score.
Now if she scores this, it's going to put a little pressure on me.
Oh,
she
it's
hit
on the line.
How much room is that black disc? How far is it into the 8?
You've got an inch.
An inch, okay. So I asked him that so I could determine if I can make a double out of that. I'm going to just try to score in front of it. And then if she attacks it, which she will, I might get something out of that disc behind it.
I've got to stick my score and try to get rid of his. I got to hit this hard enough. Success.
And she scores an 8. Good shot.
Okay, the score is 23-7. We're 2 discs down on a short game, and I don't have the hammer, so I'm going to go on the board and do what we call play kitchen, which means you want to put a low 7 on your opponent's side, hopefully that when he tries to knock it off, it'll stick. And I can
Is that good?
put it in the kitchen.
All right, I'm going to clear that disc now and try to get off the board. I was stuck.
Now I have a decision to make. I can just put another one to try and go on the board, or I can try and kitchen this one. Since it's a short game and we're behind by 2 discs, I'm going to try and kitchen that one.
All right. His kitchen didn't work, but he left one on the board that could be a possible double. So I'm going to try to take that off the board and get my disc off the board also.
Again, I'm still playing kitchen. I'm going to try and put another one down there in the deep 7.
All right, I'm going to attempt to take that off the board and get off the board with my disc also. Oops.
Now he left the disc on the board, and it's not an easy shot, but I'm going to try and take it. I do have the drift a little bit in my favor.
He has one good 8 disc. I'm going to try to remove that disc and stick and try to score an 8. I missed the shot.
Now the drift was going from left to right, and so the drift took the disc away from the object disc.
Okay, yellow is out. I'm looking at the scoreboard. It's 23-15. They've got 2 hammers, which theoretically should put them up 1 hammer. We've got 2. Yellow should theoretically win this game. I'm going to play it smart and put up a block high and out of the way.
And I agree with her hammer math. That if we all score our hammers, we're going to lose by 8. So I've got to change something. I'm going to go on the board again and bait her into kitchen. And I put it through the kitchen.
I'm now going to take my hide because that's the name of the game, right? You got to win the game. Score more points. Hopefully I don't go deep like I did the last time I tried that shot.
And I cannot chase that. I've got to clear that. I've got to clear that hide. I'm going to try to clear so that I can get... I'm going to try to clear so I can get both of them, but I don't want to stick because I don't want her to have another hide. So my disc has got to leave, which it didn't.
And my goal now is to set a disc right next to his to protect mine a little bit more. It's all right if it goes a little deep and scores.
And I have no choice but to, now she's got 2 on, I have to attack that. I'm going to try to knock her yellow into the other yellow. Little desperation move here. I got one of them.
And I have a choice here to make. Go after my disc or his, protect mine. I don't like to leave my opponent's points on the board. But I do want to ask my partner, how much room is in between the black disc and the 8-10 line? I'm asking to find out if I stick. I want to make it difficult on him.
The disc is 6 inches.
Thank you.
So she has 8 inches. If she sticks, I cannot stick in front of that because there's not enough room for my disc.
I missed it, but I cleared him and got a little roll. I did give him a 7. He's got a shot at my disc.
She gave me a 7, and I have a wide open path to that deep 7. My goal here is to hit the deep 7 and kitchen it, but at a minimum, I have to clear that deep 7. I cannot leave her with 7 also. That's a pretty good shot. Yep, all right, 14 black.
14 black.
Score is 23-29. Black has the hammer. Black has 3 hammers coming up, and yellow has 2 hammers coming up.
I'm going to put up a block for the first shot. I'll give it up a St. Pete block. It's a little long.
I'm just going to try and clear that and try and keep the board clear to score my hammer.
I'm going to try another St. Pete block. This time I'll try a Tampa block. It's a little long, but I got a good 10 out of it.
There's a 10 on the board. I don't need to stick, and I don't need to try and kitchen him, so I'm just going to try and clear it, and clear my disc off the board also, and just play for my hammer. I stuck, so that gives him an opportunity to try and get behind it. But it also gives me an opportunity
For 2.
to double my 10.
I don't like to leave doubles on the board, so I'm going to try to take his off, put him in the kitchen, and score a 10. And I missed the shot, but the drift got me.
Okay, I have a clean board, so I'm just going to try and score an 8.
Hot.
Or nothing.
All right, so the score's 23-29. Black is ahead, but we're only ahead by 6, which yellow has 2 hammers coming up. The yellow's going to win this game. All they have to do is score 1 hammer, even a 7. That'll give them 30-29, provided we don't score. So somehow black has to put some pressure on yellow. These are the last 2 frames of the game. My first shot, I'm going to put up a St. Pete. I know she's going to clear it, but I'm hoping when she goes to clear it, she sticks, and then I'm going to take that hide.
Like you said, I want to clear this and not stick.
All right. I could do that again if I want to. It's perfectly fine to try that again, but I'm going to opt to go on the board because I know that she is not taking any chances and just wants to score the hammer and protect that lead.
Again, I'm going to try and do my best to clear both discs off.
Oh, that's a stick. All right.
It's a stick and it's not good.
I am going to try to kitchen that, which was my goal of this frame. I'm using disc 3, which earlier I shot long, so I have to take that into consideration. And the drift goes to the left just a little bit. Pretty good speed, but it's too hard for the kitchen. But it still gives me a kitchen bait if she sticks on this one.
It was a little bit risky, that shot sticking, so I'm gonna focus a little harder to clear both discs off the board. I did not do it, but it's good and it's in a sticky spot.
All right, same thing as last time. This one's going to be a little bit harder because it's on that left side. It's a similar shot to what I did before where the drift took me left, so I'm remembering that. I went a little bit hard last time, but I definitely want to kitchen and stick, and that's my goal. Oh, and I left her a 7.
It was my slow disc. All right, I got a choice here. I got a 7 on, he's got an 8. So right now is, as the score says, me with a 7, that gives me 30. It gives him 36, right? I can't do math, 37. I don't want to leave his disc, but I want to score mine. So I'm gonna try to shoot and tap him on a line, but I need a hammer. And I got it.
Oh, you got it. 14 yellow.
14
Good
yellow.
shot.
The score is 37-29. It's the last frame. We're behind, and we have not got the hammer. So I have to go on the board and play kitchen, and hopefully that Don makes a mistake.
That's a nice drift over there. Yeah. Well, Frank's got to close that here.
That disc is no good, but I'm still going to try to take it off the board, and I'm going to try to get off the board also.
All right, I'm going to try and put up a low 7 and play kitchen. Can't get much lower than that.
Is that still good? I'm still going to try to take this one off the board. I wound up on the board.
All right, Don's stuck. So I'm going to try and hit that into the kitchen and stick. Well, I stuck. Now he has to knock me out again.
I still have to take this one off the board.
The score is 37-29, and I don't have a 12-point shot. So I'm just going to try and get on the board and see what Don does.
You needed an 8. 39, 29 and 8 is, or 29 and 7 is 36. We have 37. Game's over.
Yep.
All I do is throw it, and we won.
Yeah, you play for the Natasha. Because you're out to play.